Hey Pisces, welcome in. How are you doing? This is your reading for January 2024. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Feel free to swap around the characters or take it as however it resonates for you. Okay, these are general readings, so some of the messages may be for you, some of them may not be for you. I'll try to delineate messages that are just for a few people because I can really feel that when that comes through. So let's see where we go for January 2024 for Pisces. If you want to learn to read tarot from me and you want to be part of our certification group or just learn to read tarot, there's a link below to take my class. Okay, so let's see where we're going. Pisces, what's happening here? Affluence. Coming into some money, are we? Is that what's going on here? I feel like some of you have a new path to stability. More than stability, affluence is not just like, oh, I can pay my bills. Affluence is like, where do you want to go on holiday? Would you like to spend 3 months in the south of France? That's what affluence is. It's not it's also having everything covered and nothing is if things are a surprise, it's no big deal. That's what affluence is. Even bigger than that, but that's the feeling of it, is like, you can handle things. You're going to be able to handle things when they show up. You might have had a lot of surprise things happen to you in the past, and now manifesting the opposite of that: courage and spiritual cleansing. Some of you have blocks around money, and that word affluence, there's a big differential between money in, money out, and money that flows to you, and there's it just keeps growing, right? Your bank account keeps growing even though you're paying bills and you're doing your thing and you're taking care of what you need to take care of. Oops, I'm gonna turn this off. Even though you're doing that, affluence is where the bank account just keeps growing. It doesn't seem to be diminished even though you're paying stuff, right? Even though things are coming out. It does take some courage. I feel like it's going to take some courage for you to look at yourself and recognize that some of this is about shame. Some of this is about family, right? Family ideas around money. I mean, sometimes you don't even know that you have blocks around money until you trip over them. Okay. I remember earlier, a couple of years ago, the channel started to really go big, and I remember tripping over the idea that I wasn't allowed to make more money than the men in my family. I didn't even know that I had that block, but boy, did I ever. It was like almost like a shame-based thing that you're not supposed to sort of outshine, not the previous generation even, but just like your contemporaries. And it was a thing. It was a thing for like 6 months. I had to work on that and really clear that, so abundance could flow. And remember this: abundance can be about anything. It can be about time, right? Like having a lot of time to now be, if you have affluence, to be able to do the things you want to do and go the places you want to go and travel and have fun and do some things that aren't about survival. Like you're getting out of that lower chakra, that root chakra kind of experience. And even, we're talking about sacral and solar plexus kind of being all fused together. So when you have a heart chakra opening, I feel like some of you are stepping into feelings. And, Pisces, you are very good at this. But if you are not very good at this, then you're aligning with your one of the reasons you're here. Okay, if you're not really good at stepping into feelings, because feelings are intuition, feelings are your gifts, intuition is your gift. And so if you're really cutting that off, maybe because of trust or root chakra survival issues, that is looks like there's a possibility of that getting changed or not blowing away. That's not the right word, blowing up. This is like a storm that comes through that kind of shows you your real intuitive powers, or a spiritual gift that comes through all of a sudden, right? Like that opens up in January. We are having Pluto going direct Or Pluto is direct, but Pluto is moving from Capricorn into Aquarius, and that is definitely about the collective. It's also about I need to connect with my gifts, not necessarily for my root chakra needs, survival needs. I need to connect with my spiritual gifts because that's what I'm here to do. That's very Aquarian, right? That's very Aquarian. Like, is it good for the collective? And yes, this is really bugging me. And yes, it is. It's like, it's definitely there to open you up to your purpose for being here. 9 of Pentacles underneath. Look at this old person, your person, the person you were is going. The person you were, if you're watching this and you have struggled with money or struggled with survival issues, struggled with family financial issues, that person is going away. And we do have Uranus going direct at the end of January. That's more Aquarian energy, and that can just blow up anything that isn't for the best and highest good of the collective. Now you're stepping into your gifts. That is for the best and highest good of the collective. Judgment, Empress, Sun. Wow, look at you, Queen of Pentacles. So this is definitely, I'm going to take that 10 of Wands because I see this 10 of Swords here. And this does have to do with endings. All right, there's a completion of a cycle. We just had a full moon as I'm doing this reading. We're still in the energy of the full moon in Cancer, another water sign. And this can be about like overdoing for other people or being very codependent with other people, especially as it relates to money. So some of you may have either been not earning any money or not being, this is definitely about abundance. The Empress is Taurus and Libra. It's Venus. So Venus is about what do we value? And it's almost like you're changing how you value yourself, that you're not anybody's, I hate this term, punching bag. You're not anybody's slave. So you could be changing jobs if you were if you were in a kind of career that you felt like a slave, all right, or a home life that you felt like a slave. That is definitely changing. Some of you could have kids going off to college. There's some kind of freeing experience that frees up your day-to-day living, moving you out of survival mode, okay? Out of survival mode. There's Justice. Some of you could be getting a divorce. I've seen that a lot. I feel like the Pluto moving from Capricorn into Aquarius and then that Uranus going direct, Aquarian energy is about the collective, but it's also about social circles and friend circles. And it can be about changing friend circles, changing social circles. And sometimes when we get divorced, like we lose friends, we lose touch with people. Some of the times it's like people divvy up friends. It's like, well, this was my friend. Yeah, but I've known them for 30 years or 20 years or 15 years or whatever. But still, people take sides, and it's because out of loyalty. They feel like they should, but sometimes it's not necessary. It just depends on your circumstances. So Justice, and then the Sagittarian energy of Temperance. Yeah, 2 of Wands, looking to the future. Looking to the future, setting sail. I like the 2 of Wands here because it's sort of like, it's almost like, what did I say about the south of France or something like that? It's almost like that. Like it's time to move. It's time to change. It's time to shift. Archangel Michael is here helping you balance that. Archangel Michael and also the energy of Justice. These are both cards of balance. A little of this, a little of that, transmuting your energy. And so when affluence first comes in, or when you clear away these blocks to money, there is a sense of freedom in that. Okay, there's a big sense of freedom in that, and that you're not just surviving. Oh my God, what's going on here? You're not just surviving. Okay, 8 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, the King of Swords, 5 of Wands, the World, and wow. Okay, so look at this. There's definitely some Aquarian energy that you're dealing with. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, or you could be activating your own Aquarian energy. So look and see in your birth chart where Aquarius hits. Okay. If you have Pisces in your first house, then Aquarius is hitting in your 12th house. And that is a house of doing something on your own. Okay. It can be a house of self-undoing. It can be that you stick your head in the sand and you don't want to deal with money. And all this time, that's been the problem, that I don't want to deal with it. But I feel like you're walking toward a new way of dealing with money and affluence that is unemotional. You're unhooking some emotion from money. Shame, jealousy, valuing yourself. It's like you need to unhook. This Queen of Pentacles is reminding me of this. You need to unhook your sense of your nature, your purpose, your person from how much money you have. And ironically, that brings in more money for you because it's not about that anymore. It's not about, oh, if I have more money, that means I'm more valuable. I think that's the thing that you're unhooking from, because this King of Swords is very unemotional about money. It's like, it's a resource. It's something that's going to help me go toward my purpose. Now that is a shift from, I got to do something to bring in money so I can survive. You're shifting into, okay, I'm here to do this purpose, and money flows because of that. It's a result of the activity and the result of being on your path and not being this kind of slave. It's about being on your spiritual path. Now look at this. Look at what's concluding. This lack mentality, this other people's rules, this nonsense about what other people think is right for you or think is right in general. All right. So you could be moving down the path of your spiritual gifts. And I'm getting that spiritual cleansing. This is kind of Tower, the courage energy there. It's also Leo. So what are you leaving behind here? This 8 of Cups, walking away from a way of living life. Some of you could be walking away from a marriage. 8 of Swords. Look at that. 8 of Swords, 10 of Cups, death. My. Fool. Totally new life. Totally new life. And this is the reason for it. Well, there's two things here. There's the balancing. There's the awareness that money is a resource, that it's something that will create opportunities for me. It's something that will remove anxiety from me. And the way this works, the way that happens is to unhook from the emotion. What is the trigger around money? That is your homework for January. Because when Pluto goes direct into Aquarius, and when Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, when Uranus moves direct, this is going to be a massive shift in how you see your value and what you value. Okay. So this 5 of Wands and 5 of Pentacles, 5s are about change. 10s are about the closing of a chapter. So even if like this card here, this card is about walking away from something that seems okay to other people. And you're like, it's no longer okay for me. I put a lot of time and effort into that career or that marriage. It's not who I am anymore at all. So some of you this reading is for somebody who already knows they're on the path to this. Some of you could have a sudden epiphany, but if you're feeling this 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, like those of you who are resonating with this reading already know that this is coming. Okay. You already know this is coming. So the 10 of Cups, you're walking away from a cycle that may not have been all that awful. Okay. We're not talking about a victim mentality here, but we are talking about a lack mentality. So even if the marriage wasn't unhappy completely in terms of emotion, you know that it's no longer who you are. So clarify the 5 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, 5, another 5 of Swords, King of Cups, and the 2 of Swords. I feel like this is other people. Okay. This is other people also. So you definitely have been fighting with a lot of other people about your destiny, about where we're going, where you're going. And I feel like you hold back from a person who is trying to get at your money or trying to, there's some reason you haven't moved on. It's about money. And when you unhook from that emotion around money, that thing that has kept you in that place no longer matters. All right. So big new path ahead for you. I'm going to continue on with this reading. I will pull cards for each zodiac sign. There may be sun, moon, rising, and Venus for you in there, guidance, or this may be a person that's on your path. I'm kind of feeling like you may be leaving this life with something in mind to go toward a life partner or something like that. Or this is why you're on this path. This is why you're being pushed out of a career, or feeling like you're banging your head against a wall, trying to get jobs that are too small for you now. Okay. You're not going to get those jobs. So link is below if you want to continue on with me, Pisces. I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.